Hey there, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be installing the TRD Pro V2 Grille from Yodaverse.com. My name is Hunter. Let's get started with this brief install, going over how I'm going to be taking out the existing one and popping in this one right here. Let's get started.
So out of the box, we have the grill, parts, hardware, and electrical wires to hook it all up. I also opted for the top 3 upper lights and not the turn signals because I thought those weren't the best look. So here I have it. We're gonna start by popping open the hood on my 2023 Tacoma TRD Off-Road with the off-road grill that comes standard. There are 2 screws and 2 clips for you to remove here. You'll take your 10mm socket and just get those out real quickly. Now keep in mind, if you have the TSS sensor, you will have to disconnect that electrical as well. Make sure you don't stress any of those cables or clips, and then you're gonna be able to pop this guy off in one swift motion. We're gonna start taking apart the grill we just took off. So it's gonna have a bunch of these really tiny little screws scattered throughout the entire perimeter of the grill. You can see me here just popping them out. Now be sure to put all your hardware in a magnetic dish bowl or somewhere safe, because there are going to be a lot of screws for the new grill and from the old grill that you're going to be able to have to reuse. So as we take all of these out, keep them in a safe spot. Now if you have the sensor, the TSS sensor, you're going to want to remove that too and keep that hardware. It's super important. Let's keep that in a safe place because we're going to be removing that to the new grill. And for the clips, you're just going to want to carefully pop out every single one around the perimeter of the grill, and they will come apart. It's a little tricky, but as you can see, I'm having a little trouble there, but keep trying and you'll get them all. Be sure to put the colored surround of the grill in a safe space and move your old grill out of the way. Now let's bring in the new grill insert. The letters, now that I have the Raptor lights installed there, right? So I need 3 hands for this, but oh jeez, come on. There we go, okay. Nice. They don't over tighten those because plastic on plastic, right? Now the bottom one. This is a much better design than other ones I've had to work with that just use 3M tape to apply the letters, which I think is a cop-out for a bad design. So yeah, we're just gonna repeat this process for all the letters, and we'll come back to you in just a second. Now we're on to putting the sensor into the new grill. Just 3 screws in here. Don't forget those metal brackets that the screws go into on each side and the top screw. So with this part here, we're going to be taking a garnish and putting it underneath the sensor on the back side. So there are 2 different sized holes in the back, and the short ones go towards the bottom of the grill. So now, as I shimmy this under here with one hand, because I don't have a tripod, now I can go ahead and pop these screws back in. So I'm gonna pop those in real quick. All right, now I have the 4 screws in each corner. Now we can move on to the next step. Now that I have the Raptor lights installed here. This cord here, be careful with that. These bolts all back in. We're ready for the next step. So now that I have the grill assembled, let's take our outer painted part of the front of the truck here. And this is going to get sandwiched in between the 2 pieces just as it was before. Just like that. Perfect. Now we can take the bigger part and pop this guy onto it. Now, when you're doing this, these clips, as you might have already found out, break pretty easily. Try to avoid that, but if you break a few, it'll still work. I did it on my last truck. It worked just fine. Now that I have all of the clips snapped into place, go around and make sure you got them all. We can go ahead and put in the screws back once more.
Now I got the letters on, and the front plate and the back plate, sandwiching it in there. We're ready to put it on the truck. Here it is. Okay. Carry it over here. Do an awkward flip around. Bear with me. And ignore the dirty truck, I actually use it. So, this has a little bit of a trick there, but I kind of done it a couple times. Just want to pop it in, and it should be good to go. I like to look at the alignment though, just to make sure that I did it right. And we're good. Now I'm going to take my previous hardware that I misplaced and, and put it back together. Oh wait, it's ready. Always put it in one of these little bowls in Harbor Freight. So we're going to take these little push tabs, pop them back in just like that. Easy. One on this side over here. Boom. Now we're going to take our two 10mm screws, the finger, thread them in there real quick, and then quickly give them a little I'm getting too tight, just a little right there. Same for this side. Still can't believe there's only 2 screws holding this entire thing in. Perfect. Okay. Now, I can reach in here and grab the sensor wire and the existing one, and pop this little brown tab back into the grill and put these 2 ends back together till it clicks, and then over here pop that back up there. Now that's all done. So now we take a step back and look at it. There it is. Wow. Now we're going to move on to the electrical, my least favorite part. So now we're going to move on to the electrical side of things. Now, in the kit, they do provide an add fuse for you. So what I'm going to do with this, you could put this into, say, a switch that you have, but I don't have that set up. And this isn't that long, so what I'm gonna do is actually cut this back more so I can get a little bit more out of here. So now working on wiring. I just plugged in each of the 3 lights back here. I'd recommend zip tying those to the factory wiring, following the factory wiring through this pathway underneath this part right here and coming out through this side. That's kind of where the wires go. Now, depending on how much length you have, keep following that as best you can and come over here to the fuse box. That's why I lengthened it, so I could get into the fuse box and get this to the ground. So inside the fuse box, what we're going for is this last missing one right here that I just took out. Now, a lot of people just go in through the side of the fuse box and then it never shuts properly. So what I do is actually pop this guy free, which ain't that hard, and you get a little bit of room underneath here. What are we gonna do with that room? I'm gonna feed this guy up through it. A little tricky. There's just enough room to do it. I need 2 hands. I'm gonna turn this off and be right back. So you're gonna end up with something like this. The red wire shooting through here. There's my connection into here with the 2 fuses right there. I'm gonna pop this back into place. I need 2 hands and put the fuse box back on. So now we're gonna take our 10mm and put the ground on. And we can disconnect the ground from the truck here. You don't have to do it all the way
because this one is kind of nice that it is a C, not a circle. So go ahead and slide this in here. I'm gonna do this off camera just so I can make everything nice and clean.
And there it is, the TRD Pro V2 Grille from Yodaverse.com. I think it looks fantastic. I love how it mirrors the headlight lines and all lines up really nice, OEM plus kind of vibe. I love the lights on it. I went with a black on black badging. I think it all tied together perfectly. I'm out here at Williams Hill Recreation Area, camping for the weekend, doing a little weekender landing. Got the mountain bike, got the tent mounted on back, and I'll do a overview video soon, kind of the entire truck and how I built it so far and what I want to do with it in the future. Stay tuned, subscribe for more content. Thanks.